The bell above the door chimed as Jordan stepped into the small bakery on the corner of Maple Street. The warm scent of cinnamon and freshly baked bread enveloped him, bringing back memories of childhood visits with his mother. He had spent countless mornings here, savoring buttery croissants and listening to the cheerful chatter of customers. But those memories belonged to a different time, a different life. Behind the counter, an elderly man with a slightly stooped posture and silver hair wiped his hands on a flour-dusted apron. Mr. Carter, the bakery's owner, had once been a towering figure in the community, a mentor to many, a friend to all. But time had changed him. His once bright eyes carried a weight of sadness, and the warm smile that had greeted every customer was now rare. Jordan hesitated before stepping forward. It had been years since he last saw Mr. Carter. Back then, he had been a reckless teenager, making poor choices and pushing away the people who cared about him. He had stolen from this very bakery, convincing himself it was a harmless prank. When Mr. Carter had caught him, he hadn't called the police or even raised his voice. Instead, he had looked at Jordan with disappointment and simply said, "You're better than this." Jordan hadn't believed it at the time. He had laughed it off and walked away, sinking deeper into a life of mistakes. But those words had stayed with him. Years later, after a stint in juvenile detention and a long road to redemption, he had turned his life around. And now he was back. "Mr. Carter?" Jordan's voice was soft, uncertain. The old man turned, his brows furrowing as he studied Jordan's face. Recognition flickered in his tired eyes. "Jordan?" Jordan nodded, his throat tightening. "I don't know if you remember, but I remember," Mr. Carter interrupted gently. He wiped his hands on his apron again, his gaze never leaving Jordan's. "What brings you here?" Jordan took a deep breath. "I wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything. I was a stupid kid who didn't understand what he had. I stole from you, disrespected you, and you still showed me kindness. I didn't appreciate it then, but I do now." Silence stretched between them. Mr. Carter's expression remained unreadable, and for a moment, Jordan feared he had come too late. But then, the old man let out a deep breath, his shoulders relaxing. "You know," he said, rubbing his chin thoughtfully, "I always hoped you'd come back, not for my sake, but for yours. People make mistakes, Jordan. What matters is what they do after." Jordan swallowed the lump in his throat. "I've changed, Mr. Carter. I want to make things right." Mr. Carter nodded slowly. "Do you still know your way around a kitchen?" Jordan blinked in surprise. "You're giving me a job?" The old man chuckled. "Let's call it a second chance. I think you'll find that life gives us plenty, if we're willing to take them." A smile broke across Jordan's face. He had spent years running from his past, but now, in the warmth of the bakery, he realized something important. Redemption wasn't about erasing mistakes. It was about learning from them, growing, and making things right. And as he stepped behind the counter, rolling up his sleeves, he knew this was only the beginning of his second chance. Life is not defined by the mistakes we make, but by the choices we make afterward. True redemption isn't about erasing the past. It's about learning from it, growing, and choosing to do better. Sometimes the greatest kindness comes not from punishment, but from belief in someone's ability to change. And sometimes All it takes is one person willing to give a second chance to remind us that we are capable of being better. Because in the end, forgiveness, growth, and kindness are what truly make a difference in this world.